kind of capture us. So
Hmm.
this is good. So I want to capture us figuring this out because I think that that itself is a lot more useful than just telling people stuff because they're going to have to solve problems in business and they're going to have to figure
Ugh.
things out. And it's not really like this is more helpful to that than just being like, yeah, and then you go do X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? Like, so basically to the people watching this is a conference call, but we're gonna try to act like you're not there just because that's the value of it, is like watch actual brothers with an actual business, one of whom's dealing with actual health problems, like strategize on how to grow the business under these conditions given their goals. Like that's warfare, you know? So like without further
Yep.
ado, the art of war.
So yesterday and also today at the gym, like I saw someone putting on. Like, I always bring the lotion with me to put it on my hands and my face afterwards. And while I was doing that, I saw someone else putting on the whipped beef tallow lotion. Well, not the whipped beef tallow, but putting on their lotion. And I asked them, "Oh, what is that?" And then they're like, "Oh, I got this off Amazon." And I'm like, "Oh, what's the ingredients?" And they're like, "Oh, don't really know." And I'm like, "Oh, well, I have this whipped beef tallow lotion, and I love it because it helps." It's like one of the only things that can actually help my skin in the winter, especially with the how dry it is. Like my hands will crack. And I started putting it on my face, and it has a little bit of peppermint oil in it, which I love because it gives you like a little tingly feeling. Plus, it just smells nice. And I don't react negatively to peppermint, even though we also do make a unscented peppermint, but well, just a unscented one. But anyways, I was telling it to him. I showed him the bottle. He thought it was cool. He looked at the bottle. He's like, "Oh, uh, what's the name of it?" Because like we have the product tag for the bottle itself. So here's that. So it's a nice black and white bottle. They normally have a little stamp on the top, but this is just one of the bottles. So he was interested. He asked me where to get it. I gave him the link for the website. And then same thing happened today, and I did that with another guy. Not either of them have bought it, but I did go through and show it to them. I do think making smaller tester batches might be beneficial to give those out, as everyone that we have given them to has wanted more and reordered from us. But to go on what you were talking about this morning with your texts and how you send me all these brilliant ideas, you said a social media platform called Mystery, where it's a media hosting platform where you have to search the username of the person you are looking for exactly to find only them, and only approved friends can comment. There is no feed, there is no moderation. Over time, it will become the place, the time capsule for everyone's stories in a way no other social media platform could. Mystery for my history, but it's a um, holy matter, and we have no idea what we're doing, but it's a captive idea. Give me your thoughts on that. I told you that sounded like Reddit. I mean, that's what like you said. You text me all these brilliant things. I'm like, some of them are good, but like you also text me stuff when you're lying in bed, not able to sleep for a while, and some of them are like that.
That's really good
And
though, because that's also
no, no, but
like
like you say,
you're
why
no,
haven't I
that's
acted on them? And I'm like, well, do you
no,
want
I'm not
me to?
saying why have you acted on them. I'm saying you clearly don't thoroughly consider them because if you had, you wouldn't have called me last night saying that you were worried a video I'd made about why you shouldn't be racist was going to get me canceled.
It was more so the way you talked. Well, the way AI said you talked in the video. I was
So,
tired. I didn't want to listen to it, so I just had Gemini summarize it for me.
and then, so why did you call me last night worried about being canceled over a video on why you shouldn't be racist?
Well, because you titled the video
Because I think
something
that that
stupid.
reflects a fundamental misunderstanding of the business model.
Okay, no, you post a lot of. Granted, you changed it from Devin Young Week to Warrior to just Devin Young, so that's more of your own personal
And
account.
now it's Week to Warrior Devin Young because I'm on the other side of Week to Warrior. I've become a
No, but
warrior.
dude, you titled it "Earning the Right to Be Racist."
Yeah. Like again, like why is that a problem though? Like why should that be a problem? I mean, unless I'm saying that like you earn the right to be racist by like beating up black people. Like
No,
I mean
but
that
then
would be bad.
when I
But it's like
criticized your
it makes
title,
you kind of wonder like, well, how would you earn the right to be racist? And then basically when you click on that, then you're like, wait, I have to like actually be a really competent person who's like super successful to earn the right to be racist. And it's like, yeah, but like all those people aren't racist because they
I don't know,
care
dude.
more about
Hitler
the
led a
behaviors
country.
than the race. And I'm making a nuanced point that racist, like the people I meet who are the most racist, are generally the dumbest.
Yeah,
This kind of like
because
earning the right to be racist, like they haven't earned the right. It's like, dude, like
people
you're
that
going
actually have
on and on and
accomplished shit in
on
their
about
life.
racial superiority. No, it's so funny though. This is how people need to think. Like you're going on and on and on about racial superiority, but it's like, dude, look at yourself. Like you're this scrawny little white dude who doesn't do anything. It's like
But that's
what
why
racial
they, dude.
superiority? I
That's
mean, like
literally why
really,
they
it's like
have. That's
if
why
you'd
they
like
have the
won
need to try to
numerous
feel
wrestling
superior.
tournaments and made like contributions to physics and stuff, and you were like, this is a real problem about these races and like these inferior black people, then I'd be like, okay, maybe you've got a point. But it's never that guy. Like it's never the guy who actually is like super impressive that's racist. It's always the least impressive person who's the most racist. And that's
Yeah,
just the
because they
funniest thing to me
need
because
to
it's like,
feel good about
dude, like
themselves
like you're
somehow.
you're going on about how some people are superior to others, but who are you superior to? Like who?
Well, they have the need to try to feel that way, which is why they are racist because they
And
can't.
that's what I'm proving in the video. I prove that with the video. The video proves that. You click it, you're like, oh, how do I earn the right to be racist? And then you're like, oh, wait, I actually have to not be a piece of shit. And then wait, if I wasn't a piece of shit, I wouldn't be just putting people down. Because it's like you'll have like just these like pathetic white dudes. Like, and this is the thing. Like Gemini said the opposite of what I said, which is funny. And this is why I'm like, I have to start saying this now because otherwise AI will become a self reinforcing engine by which no one can say anything. Because the only reason AI thought that I said that is because that's the most likely outcome given what other people are saying. And because people don't understand that that's how AI works and not enough people are thinking about it, we're eventually going to program large language models that are incapable of perceiving the world as anything other than racist. And we won't be able to talk about it because it will perceive conversations on that as racist and the species will be condemned to 1,000 years of darkness. So it's necessary that I talk about nuanced and complicated ideas that could be perceived as racist while our channel is small so that we build an audience of people who are invested in and understand nuanced thinking so that by the time that we get big enough, not only have we made sure that we're not going to get canceled for this because we already know how the algorithm responds to what we say, but we have an audience of people who are watching our videos in a way that programs the algorithm to like it, we're introducing ideas to the culture basically, and it's simply necessary that we actually use our free speech or we're going to lose our free speech because you just plugged the video that wasn't racist into Gemini and it said that the video was racist. It literally said that I was criticizing intelligent black people for like and like no, I'm saying I was criticizing stupid white people for criticizing intelligent black people. And I said that very clearly. But the fact of the matter is, AI doesn't understand nuance, it only understands probability. And if they build engines using that software and everyone has preemptively censored their language, then AI will think that that's simply how people talk. So if anyone decides to ever stop doing so, they'll be unable to because the AI will have nothing to train on because the second someone posts anything like that, it gets flagged as racist. So actually, it's absolutely necessary. It's imperative that we say as much edgy stuff that isn't racist as possible, so that the upcoming AI has the most nuanced understanding of racism. so that we don't create a system that makes it impossible to talk about the most pressing issues to date.
Okay, more of
And
this.
the fact that we're
No,
doing
no, no,
that is the purpose of Week to
no.
Warrior. Yes.
You said we'll sell clean, uh, cheap laundry detergent in branded gallon jugs to people who want to support the brand. No, but these are the ideas that you text me when you're lying in bed for a couple hours
And we
and
need to talk about them because we need to be on the same track because I'm trying to solve a certain problem. And even if my solutions to that problem are cooked, you need to be trying to solve the same problem. And you need to know what solutions I'm coming up with because the problem's real.
well, I already
Like
told you
that was trying to, what?
the affiliate stuff. I was gonna do that this week.
Yeah, we could do that too. I'm saying like that's the thing is like what I'm saying is like when you text me that thing, like you're like I plugged a video of yours into Gemini and it said you're racist. I'm worried we're gonna get canceled. I'm like, dude, if they cancel me for that, then we gotta like that's why we have to have all our videos backed up
And
so
what
we
do
can
you
go
think
to
about this?
Rumble.
What do you think about making a YouTube channel that literally only has we re-upload your videos, but only the ones about sleep and the insomnia storyline, so that people who want to see only like
Yeah, we
you
could
see
do
a
that. We
lot
could
of
call it Week to Warrior Insomnia and have a YouTube channel that's just week to, I mean, like this is what I want to experiment with.
no,
Like,
but
yeah,
like you
like
have a lot of channels where it's like um that game theory video. This one channel has like theory on video games, theories on TV, theories on
there's like
food.
Rolex Australia. Like they have, I don't know if Rolex Australia exists, but like if you're Rolex, it makes sense to have a YouTube channel that's Rolex Australia
No, but
so that the most
Even
insane
BuzzFeed
Rolex
broke its
fans who live in
like
Australia
popular
can
channels
know
into
when you're
other
going to
channels.
Australia. What?
I said even BuzzFeed broke their popular channels into other channels
This
because
is this is exactly this is the kind of thing that I think that we should be talking about. So this is why I wanted to post these because like I want I'm not just trying to document our ideas. I'm trying to document the thought process that generates our ideas because you don't understand like you kind of like you were spared more corporate than I was. Like I actually went corporate a little bit and like I went into that world. It's so depressing, man. Like dude, you literally have people in that world who are like they'll say things like it's impossible to have a productive meeting if people don't follow the 5 T's of transgressive communication. Like, no, 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 no. You need to see me rant like a schizo on Zoom while I film it for YouTube so you can get your head out of your ass and we can have American innovation because that's what created the modern world and the internet that you're using to be a jackass to other people in corporate. Like, that's literally the level of fucking stupidity. So, this is what I'm saying is like the stuff we're doing is so fucking groundbreaking because the base level operations of our society are so mind numbingly stupid at this point because our society is so competent in systems that it hasn't needed to improve in a real way. Except for me with the sleep problems, because I couldn't fix my sleep problems. So I'm like, I had to like fix that, and then they wouldn't listen to me. So then I was like, basically, like I felt like the message from society was, well, if you're so smart and you've tried so many things to fix your sleep problems, if that's really true, then why don't you show me? So now I'm going to take over the world because they asked for it. And karmically, that means that it's going to succeed. So, yeah, I mean, that's basically one of the key insights to the company. Another key insight in a complete tangent. I don't know, but I'm curious, like, why do you think you haven't made sales yet of these supplements? Because you take the supplements, so you believe in the supplements. Like, you believe in the supplements, and you're not a fucking idiot. Like, you're actually doing hard things in life. You know what I mean? Like, you go out and talk to pretty woman. You fucking do jujitsu. You have a company. You like are a very active member of your family. You have friends. You're like you know what I mean? Like you're like a model citizen in many ways, doing things at a high level, and you believe these supplements help you. So, given that you're so intelligent and that those things are the case, why have you not convinced other people who aspire to the same goals as you to engage in the same behaviors?
I think people who say they aspire to those goals don't have their behavior reflect their words because I
So
do.
they don't actually believe what they say.
I don't think they do. I think they'll talk about it, and I'll talk about it, and I've told people about the supplements. I talk about them. I talk about them in the sauna. I talked about them at jujitsu, and I like, dude, like one of my friends who like actually aspires to do shit, and he does shit, takes our supplements. But besides that, a lot of I mean, our parents take it, people in our family take it, but like besides that, like actual people I've talked to in the store and other places, like they're like, oh yeah, I aspire to this, and like, oh well, I have an ultra clean supplement that doesn't have any of this bullshit in it, and it's awesome. The packaging's amazing, and it acts as a symbol representing the values that you say you aspire to. But I mean, you've had this where you're like, oh, someone's gonna buy, check the website. They don't buy. Like I don't necessarily even really expect people like they're like, oh, they'll ask where it is, they'll ask for the link. I don't expect them to buy it because they just are like once you actually start owning a company and then you go to people, it's kind of like when we were doing Christmas lights.
I want to
This
add
was
this quickly. I don't expect most people who see my video on earning the right to be racist to even click on it, but that's sort of the point. I'm feeding the algorithm things that sort of differentiate people who are truly aligned for me from people who aren't. And that's really what I'm doing with those videos. Because, like, once the algorithm determines that other videos
yeah.
get watched more, it won't show that video to new people. It'll only show that video to people who already watch other videos that it's proven that people watch more. So the algorithm has already determined an order in which it shows people my videos. And given the volume of videos I've made, it's unlikely that people will ever see a video of mine. The algorithm doesn't show them unless they become such a big fan of mine, or just they like my videos so much that they actually start searching through my videos. But at that point, they're probably going to use the search function. So you're only going to see that video at a point in time where, like, let's say, you know what I mean? It's like, let's say you've watched all my health stuff and you see that and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe he talked about that. And you click, like, you unsubscribe without watching it. Good. Now the algorithm knows not to show my content to lefties. So I can basically create a corner of the internet free of leftists where I can talk
No,
about
no,
what I can
no,
talk
no,
about
no,
almost
no, 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 no. It's not leftist. The actual liberal idea.
authoritarian censors. Okay. It's like authoritarian
You
censors. Yeah.
know,
Say like right and
no,
left. Like I don't
you
care
have
right
to
or
say
left.
that. Well, we should
No, I
say
know. I
that
agree. I
because,
agree. And
like,
that's even why we're filming.
even though I don't personally agree with a lot of the liberal ideas on how the world should
But let me finish the
operate,
thing though. I
and I'm more
agree. So it's not
libertarian in
just
my
all
thoughts.
leftists. It's not just
No,
all,
but
but here's
like,
the thing though. So what you don't realize though, what you don't realize that I already realized is that the only people watching this already, like, people are only going to get this deep into this video if they're already invested in not misinterpreting us. So it
right.
doesn't matter. Like, it literally doesn't
I still
matter. It's
think
like,
clear speech is good.
I think it is good too. But what I'm saying is you don't need to over explain
Right.
because again, I'm running it this way. So it's like, I'm trying to purposely, while we're small, I'm trying to purposely turn off all the people who are going to be problems down the line so that there's only people um who are interested in, like, who are truly interested in the ideas, because I think that's why YouTube's popular. I think the real reason YouTube's popular is because it allows this phenomenon to happen. And I think that people started getting canceled because YouTube became so popular and so powerful that you could basically become famous for just making videos. And then they'd make a bunch of videos, and then everyone would like their videos. And then they'd say what they actually thought. And then they'd be like, oh my God, cancel them. And it's like, so what to me that shows is that you got to start the other way around. You got to
I mean that,
start
or
with
you
the
just come
hard
out and
shit.
you're like that beauty makeup person who was messaging underage guys.
Wait, what?
There's a beauty influencer person a while ago who lost like 10 million subs in 2 days because it came out that they're no, but I will in a couple minutes. I need to give him his medicine, so don't do it. But it came out that he was like messaging underage boys and like grooming them, and I think like James Charles or something.
So here's the thing I actually want to point out. This is another thing with this way of making videos. So you see how like our personal lives are invading into these videos at this point. At this point, that's actually fine because I've structured this like a certain way mentally because it's really about mental structuring. Because I had to
Well,
think
yeah,
of
I'm
my
a
YouTube
person. I
channel.
have cats,
No, but
and
no, it's
those
also
cats
this though.
need
This
food.
is kind of crazy, but like I want to walk through this train of reasoning. So you want to think of a YouTube channel as something that people are going to watch now, in the future, and super far in the future, and they're going to watch it from a variety of different perspectives. So I've thought about this a lot, and I've thought like, okay, at some point we're going to become so famous that people are going to be watching our lives in detail, and that if we have too many personal details in our lives, it's just going to make it easy for people to harm us potentially. People could research us, so at some point, we're going to have to deliberately obscure what we reveal about ourselves because it'll become harmful. I mean, even right now, like, you know what I mean? It's not like I don't like just put my social security card in the background. It's like there's some degree of security, but I don't need much. I can show you my basic life. So I can show you what this grows out of because I'm not that big. Once I start getting big, I can seamlessly over time incorporate more and more security measures so you can see firstly how I operate without security, how I develop security, and then the security I develop in response to the needs that I perceive as they grow over time, which itself becomes a visual representation of my philosophy on business and security and other things, which alone itself, if understood, would become its own security company. Good luck competing with it. That's the brilliance of YouTube, which is what people don't understand, is that you can, once you understand this, like you could use it because you can say, look, like, okay, people aren't really paying that much attention to my channel right now, but they watch some videos more than others, and then some people watch the whole thing. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to say, okay, only people who are X level of invested, and this is determined through experience, are going to be at this point in the video given past behavior.
Yeah,
So
you can
therefore,
hide. You can hide a body. You could hide a body 10 minutes into a video, and only the people that actually really like your channel would see it. And even
and if
then, they're
those
like,
people wanted you to kill that person, they won't say shit. It's crazy. It's crazy. And then people are gonna so then like I say something like that, and then people go back and watch my previous videos to see if there's any bodies, and then the algorithm promotes my videos. Like you see how it goes. Like it's there's so many layers to it. I realized that you can be as ridiculous as possible. Like you can literally, and this is where I like take over the world stuff
then
comes in.
they're in the
I'm like,
videos you
I'm gonna
least
take over the
expect.
world. What?
So they're in the videos you least expect. Let's get those viewer numbers up.
No, exactly. They're in the video. Exactly. No, this is the thing. So then when you're like, they're gonna cancel us, I'm like, first of all, if they try to cancel us on the news, good luck. Because there's already people who understand us out there. So like it's like, and this is the benefit of making videos this way. And this is why I'm also like, I'm gonna take over the world. And I've been talking about that for 2 years. So it's like it goes back. It's like there's just like it's really awesome. Like I kind of like
Well, people just kind of accept that that's what you're doing. But if you like get big and then you're like, I'm gonna take over the world, they like panic. But if you grow, if you tell everyone you're gonna take over the world and you start growing, they're like, oh yeah, that's just them. They're trying to take over the world.
no, literally, like I've even tested this with my family. It's like when I first developed this last insomnia episode, I was like, when I come out of this, I'm gonna take over the world. And they're like, okay, Devin, whatever you need to tell yourself to like get healthy. But it's like now they've just accepted the idea. So now like I'm actually building systems predicated on world domination. And now my dad's like, he's like, I see why you're doing this, but isn't that a little crazy? And I'm like, no. You see, this is actually part of my marketing because I've been talking about it for the last 2 years. So now he's like, oh, that makes sense. And it's like, so I'm just endlessly buying myself more and more and more time until people realize that time is all there was and I own all of it and I have all the attention and I've been basically training people to think the way I need them to while selecting them for attention span aptitude and like the ability to find extraneous information for decades. And then it's like, well, what are you going to do with that? It's like, funnel it into the existing systems for creating wealth via manufacturing in a land that's never been conquered, which I've influenced the culture of. Like, it's just like actually taking over the world. But you can just tell people, and it's like for the people who are still paying attention, like move to New England. Like simply, if you're interested in world domination, look at the map. There's nowhere better to take over the world from than New England. And it's like, why am I just telling you how to do this? It's like because simply again, People won't realize this unless they're the sort, like, there are people who will try to compete with me in the future. They will realize what I've realized. So I'm just going to tell them all this stuff now so that when they realize it, they're going to be like, ah, this guy, Devin, he's my biggest competitor. And then they're going to realize that in order to compete with me, they're going to need to recruit people to help them. And then they're going to realize that in order to recruit people to help them, they're going to need to communicate these ideas. And now they're already watching my YouTube channel thinking about moving to New England because they're going to realize that's the only way. It's like, I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, I've realized what world, okay, I've realized how someone needs to see the world in order to compete with me. And I've made myself oriented towards the world that they would necessarily want. So that by the point in time someone's realized they'd want to compete with me, they would, the next thing they're going to realize is that they actually just want to help me build the world that I'm building. Because in order to actually compete with me, you need to see the world in a way that makes it so that your goals are going to align with mine, which is the ultimate power move, which is why I'm documenting this all on YouTube, because I'm kind of surprised no one's done this already. I'm like literally, why has no one realized that people are self-organizing according to IQ, attention span, and ambition, and then built a system that feeds off of it in an inevitable way to take over the world? Riddle me that. I'm curious. Like, why do you think no one's done that yet? Why am I the first person?
To notice that? I mean, you're
Yeah,
not. That's why people build gated communities. They just haven't taken it to its logical conclusion.
exactly. But why is no one taking it to its logical
Well, I
conclusion?
mean, I guess that's what DC is. Like, I think that is what DC is.
What do you mean?
You said communities of highly intelligent people who
No, no.
congregate
I
in
mean,
order
why
to.
haven't people realized that all the people in all those communities are all on YouTube and that they're like right now, once this ends, just send me another link and let's just continue this until like 7:30. Um, why haven't they realized that, like, again, it's like you build your gated community, but like your phone's still got YouTube, so I'm still in your community. Like that's the kind of thing I'm like, your phone comes pre-downloaded with YouTube on it, and then YouTube shows
Well,
you
no,
videos
Samsungs
based on your
do.
interests, and your interests are
Yeah, and
based on your,
Samsungs do because they run Android.
yeah, but even Apple phones come
I
with YouTube.
don't think so.
They do. No, I remember I actually had this question. I looked at like an Apple phone. Someone got it. Okay, so let's just send me a new link and we'll
Hmm.
let's just end it now and send me a new link.